Like when I see that they put every black man in the movies in a dress at some point in their career, I'll be connecting them down like, wow, all these brothers gotta wear a dress. This happened to me.
Pope Conventionate is lifting her arms into her signature muscle man pose.
It's another showdown in Hollywood. This time, we've got Kevin Hart and Dave Chappelle going head-to-head over some heated words. Apparently, Kevin is confronting Dave after he referred to Kevin as a Hollywood mutt. Now, if that weren't enough fighting words, Dave is not holding back. He's got some more of Hollywood's darkest secrets, and he's ready to spill. So get ready as we take a dive into what caused this face-off and if there's still some beef brewing between the two. But before we get into it, make sure to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to never miss out on any new videos. It's free and helps us tremendously bring out new content for your enjoyment. Did Kevin Hart sell his soul for fame? Well, that's what Dave Chappelle is saying. He's finally breaking the silence on the rumors. And of course, he has some thoughts. We expected that. He thinks Kevin might have had to do a few things he once swore he'd never do to make it big in the business. Now, Dave, he's no stranger to the shenanigans in Hollywood. He's seen some weird scripts, one of which asked him to wear a dress. But, everyone's got a no-go zone, and we're all about consent here. So Dave stood his ground and said no. Others, however, well, they might have been swayed with a little extra cash. I mean, we can see the signs today. This one person tweeted, "It was only a matter of time before Drake turned into Bad Bunny to sell records. Take the gay out of hip-hop. If homosexuality was natural, they wouldn't force rappers to be gay to sell records, and I'm tired nobody talking about it." And another added Dave's quote, "They tried to put me in a dress."
Like when I see that they put every black man in the movies in a dress at some point in their career, I'll be connecting them down like, wow, all these brothers gotta wear a dress. This happened to me. The writer comes in, I think he's the writer, he's like, Dave, listen, we got this hilarious scene where Martin's sneaking out of jail, so he disguises you as a prostitute. And he put this dress on, and what, a prostitute? Nah, I'm not doing that, I don't feel comfortable with that.
Now, comparing the two comedians, Kevin's been pretty hush-hush about the shady side of fame, while Dave, he has been very upfront about the challenges that he has faced. Like, he literally walked away from a jaw-dropping $50 million deal. But he wasn't about to let the industry bigwigs call the shots, so he dipped to South Africa on the low. One person tweeted, "Dave Chappelle was asked to wear a dress. That's one of the reasons that led him to walk away from his $50 million deal."
That should have been in a discussion. What? You don't feel comfortable with it? I mean, it's a hilarious bit. All the greats have done it. So, well, if all the greats have done it, it's kind of hacky, right? You're right. So why don't we just not do it? Because I don't feel comfortable wearing a dress. Oh, come on, Dave. Listen, we got it all set up. We're supposed to shoot. Every minute you waste costs this much money. The pressure comes in. He said, I'm not wearing no dress, man. I'm funnier than a dress.
But here's the thing. He didn't ditch the cash. He just ditched the strings attached to it. The man had principles, and he was like, nah, I'm not going to be anyone's puppet. Now, for those who don't know, back in 2006, there was this insightful interview that Chappelle did with the legendary Oprah Winfrey. They were discussing how celebrities, as they reach the pinnacle of their careers, often get offered massive amounts of money and end up losing their minds. And to that, Chappelle said, "I go home and make the kids some integrity sandwiches." Well, that's one way of keeping them fed and on the right path. Anyway, it was rumored that Chappelle was actually open to the idea of returning to his hit show if certain conditions were met. And what were those conditions, you ask? Well, Chappelle wanted a whopping half of the DVD proceeds to be donated to charity. Now that's pretty commendable, right? He wanted to make sure his success was also benefiting those in need. But guess what? Comedy Central failed to meet his demands. Honestly, it's just mind-boggling how a big network can't see the value in doing something positive for others. But as a result, in July of 2006, Comedy Central decided to release the third and final season of Chappelle's show without any input from the man himself, which had to have been a hard blow to Dave. It's like they just went ahead and did their own thing, leaving him out of the picture entirely. So instead, they relied on Charlie Murphy and Donnell Rawlings to host the live segments and dubbed them the Lost episodes. Now, can you see the irony here? They literally named the episodes Lost, almost kind of acknowledging the fact that they lost something valuable when they lost Chappelle's involvement. Truly, it's a shame when businesses prioritize their own interests over those of the talented individuals who are creating the content that the audiences love. But hey, Dave Chappelle is not one to be silenced. He stood his ground, even when the business didn't like it. And you know what? That kind of integrity and determination, that's admirable. It's what makes him not just a great comedian, but also a role model for sticking to his principles. And hey, everyone's got their own choices, right? So Kevin's way is Kevin's way, and Dave's way is, well, the Chappelle way. But that's not all of it. Dave Chappelle, he spilled some serious tea about the crazy stuff he faced in Hollywood. And what he saw before he turned down that massive Comedy Central deal is insane. So the industry bigwigs wanted him to wear a dress on screen. And he was like, not happening. Hey, that's just not his style, He's not going to be pushed around like that. But here's the crazy part. He thinks that there's a conspiracy going on. Yeah, like some sort of sneaky plot to make black male actors wear dresses before they can hit the big time in Hollywood. Like I said, insane. But you know what? He isn't the only one who went through this mess. Even Martin Lawrence got tangled up in it too. They wanted both of them to rock dresses for some movie, and they said, nah, that's not cool. This isn't a one-off thing. It's like a pattern. Black male actors feel the heat to put on dresses and play exaggerated versions of black women. Hollywood, what are you thinking? Fans were obviously outraged. One person tweeted, Dave Chappelle talks about how Hollywood tried to get him to wear a dress. They are repeatedly trying to attack our minds with negative propaganda, and we have to understand the media is the #1 outlet used to maintain the system of white supremacy. Wake up. Another added, they did the same thing to Dave Chappelle as Kanye. When they want to feminize him by forcing him to wear a dress and he wouldn't, all the media said he was crazy and had a mental breakdown. Same with Martin Lawrence. And you idiots let them get you to tear down your own men. Now, Kevin Hart, on the other hand, was apparently open to doing whatever the art and industry demanded from him, which obviously didn't sit right with Dave. Dave Chappelle has had some thought-provoking insights, not just about his own experiences, but also about other celebrities, like Kevin Hart. It's interesting to see how he pointed out that even someone like Hart, who had stated in the past that he wouldn't wear a dress for a role, ended up doing exactly that on SNL. It's like he made a compromise on his principles. Some fans couldn't help but wonder if the draw of fame and success in Hollywood played a role in that decision. And this whole situation brings up a broader question about the entertainment industry and the potential influence of those secret societies on Hollywood. It might sound like something straight out of a conspiracy theory, but some comedians, like Cat Williams, have openly spoken about their belief in such a phenomenon. According to them, there's this secret society that allegedly controls the entertainment business, and being a part of it supposedly opens doors to fame and success. Now, of course, not everyone buys into this idea, but it does spark some interesting discussions about how decisions are made in the entertainment world. Does success in Hollywood really come down to joining some mysterious group, or is it more about talent and hard work? It's one of those topics that can divide opinions, and it's fascinating how many people interpret the actions and choices of celebrities differently. But seriously, props to Dave for speaking out and shining a light on that ridiculousness. Honestly, it's time to just let talented people do their work without being pressured into weird roles, to let them be themselves or to do the act in their own way without holding that caveat above their heads. And now, Dave Chappelle, master of comedy and satire, is speaking out against the big bad entertainment industry. And it's got one person's feathers pretty ruffled. That person, Kevin Hart. So, what do you think? Comment down below and let us know. If you like this video, click the subscribe button and hit the bell icon to be the first to see my next video. I post updates like this every week, where I uncover the secrets of your favorite celebrities.